Bitch, I got some clout. Bitch, I got some clout.
I really don't know. I really don't know. What do people like about it?
The thing that was so compelling to me about the comments, that's why I did like a deep dive into the comments, is that they're all positive.
Oh yeah.
Do they
Some of my
delete
coworkers,
mean ones?
like, love this video.
You like know people who like
Yeah,
this?
like real people who are alive.
I'm sorry, but it gives me the same feeling in my chest that watching a horror movie.
No, me too, especially the beginning.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's so bad. She's like, I don't understand why people think I'm like a white supremacist. It's like, because you literally are like,
This is music for white supremacist babies.
because you're so rich and this is what you make. You're so like, I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm not going to do, it's women in suits who are all the same size. And it's like, what the fuck?
And the suits don't even fit them well. Like, they're not even tailored women's suits.
Oh, it was driving me up the fucking wall. Anyway, welcome to Merch Link in Bio.
We're doing a special musical episode. I don't know. What do we call it? It's our faves and our hates from the musical releases of the past couple.
Not only are we YouTube scholars, we also know about music. We've heard of it.
We've heard Taylor Swift before.
And that's all you need.
It's just like she has, like, I don't like her at all.
Really?
But she's done more interesting stuff than this, and that's what infuriates me. Is that it's like, how are you like getting older, getting richer, getting like further and further away from like criticism, and you still can only make shit like this? Like, what the fuck happened? She's like, the most interesting thing about me is the minor, like, tiny controversies I've had. There's nothing else you can make art about. There's nothing else.
Well, it's crazy because all her controversies are so funny. Like, I think all the time about the fact that she's like, people hate me because I've dated 4 men in 5 years. People hate me. People think I'm disgusting and a slut. And I'm like, no one thinks that, Taylor.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Not me.
And then the thing with Kanye where he wrote like a line about her and she was like, it's misogynistic, and then Kim released the video of the phone conversation she had with Kanye where she was like, it's fine, I think it's funny. It was incredible. I think the thing about Taylor Swift that's shocking to me is like she keeps making music that is increasingly like you would think it would alienate people. Like, I'd say the first song that she did that with was what's the one? Her first like pop hit.
Her very first pop hit.
That
Jack.
was like not trying to be a country hit.
What was her very first pop hit, Jack?
I don't remember. I blocked it out at this point.
Love Song? The one where she's like,
By Sarah Bareilles.
Love Story.
No, that's
No?
not what I mean. I mean, okay, I meant I Knew You Were Trouble.
Oh. Yeah, like, that's a banger. That's like a little bit of a banger.
But this was her facelift. She had dip dyed hair again because every time she wants to like change her persona, she gets dip dyed hair.
Because she can't just dye her, because she has to be a blonde.
Yeah, because otherwise, she's not white anymore.
Yeah. It's like the, oh.
So every time she wants to like do something edgy, she just makes a song with like a shrill
But he
chorus.
never does. But someone who looks
Hello?
empty.
What is
It's
this
so
video?
long. I remember that. Because this was the song I listened to when I was like, okay, like, lots of gay people like her, I'm gonna try. And
So there's this one, and then there's Bad Blood, which is also unlistenable.
And that video is fucked. That video is fucked up.
Is crazy because do you remember all the hype for that video?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
And she
all
spent
the
so much
promo?
money on it.
Yeah.
her own fucking money because she directed it.
And it looks like it's going to be interesting, but then isn't it just, it's like several minutes of introductions and then they walk away from an explosion and then the video ends.
Yes, because what it is it's she was mad at, there was like a drama with another pop star.
It was Katy Perry.
Yeah, so she was like me and all of my friends who are models are gonna pretend that we're, you know, superheroes, and then we're all gonna introduce ourselves, and we're all gonna have our cool name. It's like a video you would come up with at a slumber party. Like there's no concept, and they just have Kendrick Lamar at like a desk, and then there's Lena Dunham is in it for some reason.
Because they're friends.
But they very explicitly made her, like, not one of the hot ones. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck Lena Dunham, but, like, the whole video is just about, like, these are the ones who are skinny, and Kendrick Lamar is here for some reason, and I hope he made money out of this, because it's pretty crazy that he was featured on it. I don't know why he was. The Trinity. God.
Oh my, I haven't watched this in so long, but I remember, like, seeing all she made, like, cards that were, or not even, like, cards, but, like, images of all the, like, characters, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be cool, there's gonna be, like, a narrative, like, Janelle Monáe is in it, and there just isn't a narrative. Like, there just isn't a point.
It's literally just like, this woman's hot, this woman's hot, this woman's hot, and wearing pigtails. This woman's wearing red instead of black. Like, her name is a word spelled differently. This one's holding a bazooka.
But I thought, I kind of liked the album before Reputation. I thought it was good.
Red was a great album.
Not Red, 1989.
Oh, fuck that shit.
What was the big song off of 1989?
The big song off of 1989, I don't remember.
Exactly.
She doesn't make memorable music, but I do remember at the time I thought it was kind of good. It was also, true fact, banned in China because the cover says TS 1989, which could be taken to mean Tiananmen Square.
Oh my god.
That's a conspiracy theory I now subscribe to.
Oh no, that's just like true. Like I lived in China when it came out and it actually literally was banned for that reason.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's great.
Okay. The big songs were Bad Blood, which is bad. And Shake It Off was the really big one.
Oh yeah. And then there was Blank Space, where it sounds like
Right.
Starbucks. She's saying Starbucks.
Yeah. I was really into Blank Space when it came out.
Aw.
I thought it was a good song.
I like, the thing that's so, because I feel like in other songs when she's done the kind of like funny, like talking in the middle, kind of weird part, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
She has been getting like increasingly into that. I think, you know what the thing that's really fascinating about Taylor Swift is she like thinks of herself as like an auteur.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure everyone around her agrees with it.
She's like, I'm crafting these like narratives. And then you watch them and you're like, there's no plot. Because I don't think she knows what like a plot is. She's just like, a narrative is just like there's characters and then that's it. There's characters and there's references to stuff.
Like, I guess the new one, the narrative is that she's in a relationship with Brendan Urie and they're both French. And
what if it's like what if you had never seen a movie, you had only seen screenshots on Tumblr, and you thought that movies were just screenshots?
Oh god.
And then you were like, what if I made that move?
She was like, I like those colors. I'm gonna write a song for those colors. Which it's just like, if it was good, it would be. It's
There's no way that like opening your music video with like there's a snake and then it turns into butterflies and then we're speaking French and we refer to our cats as our children is gonna be like sick. unless a gay person did it. And then I'd be like, this is sick.
Yeah. I don't see what the narrative is to this. It's like they're wearing suits. She's like so she like regains her.
So they're in like a volatile relationship or whatever. And then she storms out, and then she starts singing, and then she leaves their house, and she's in a suit because she's empowered because she left him.
And everyone has bags, matching bags.
And everyone has bags and suits, and they're all women, and they're all empowered. And then he jumps off a roof, and umbrellas down like he's Mary Poppins. And she's sitting on a rooftop unicorn. This is like a ripoff of Moulin Rouge.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like Moulin Rouge, and it's supposed to be Mary Poppins, and it's supposed to be Wizard of Oz.
Fuck up.
Yeah, those are the like 3 references. It's like screenshots from those 2 movies.
Watch something
but in a
else.
slightly different color palette.
Watch something like a little newer, at least. But you know what? I realize what really fucking bothers me about this video is that it's like so utopian, and she has so much money, and this is the utopian video she makes. You know, like it's just people all wearing the same thing, dancing in the street. It's like if you're gonna do it, like it's like do. Like I said, it's like when I look at my evangelical cousins' Facebook pages, and there's not news, but there's also just not like current events. You know, I'm like, do you have any idea what's happening at all? Like, not even like a political way, but like, do you know the names of anyone who you don't see in person every single day? Like, this is her. She's like, in a perfect world, everyone wears the suits.
Everyone wears the same thing. Well, also, and everyone references the same 4 movies that I've seen, because I haven't seen a movie that came out after 2000. But also, in her perfect world, she's like a narcissist. Like, in her perfect world, she gets to have a dramatic fight with a boy, and then he, like, wins her back with a kitten, and then they dance.
They dance badly, and he hits her shoes.
And he hits her, and he, like, bows down to her.
That's
feminism.
You know what the fucking marching band looks like? Have you ever seen the Marilyn Manson video for Drug Show where they're the fucking like pink Nazis? That's what they fucking look like. The dope show, the drug show. Okay, all right. Excuse my ad that I'm giving to Marilyn Manson. He's like, there's like these pink, I think it's this one.
Oh, this is the video where he has boobs, and then people got really mad.
Yeah. Oh, it's like there's pink cops who are kissing. It looks like this, but like this is like fucking like fuck Marilyn Manson, but this is cooler because it at least meet like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's like this much of a level above in commentary.
He thought he was doing something because he had like heard that things were going on in the world, and he didn't like really know.
No.
But he like kind of knew, and she's just like, no one who isn't rich and my friend is a person.
Rich and my friend. Yeah. And she's like, the rest of them are just, they wear pink and they have drums. And me and Brendan Urie are the same height.
It's so insane. And then if you read the comments, people are like, this is sick. People are like, this is amazing. People are like, Brendan Urie is hot, which is also really hard to read.
Isn't he bi?
I could give a shit.
I've always wondered. I think he is. I think he came out and that was the thing.
He's also married to a woman.
Oh,
So.
well, you know.
He's a sellout.
Well, he's a sellout for more than just that reason, I'd say.
Me lyrics. I feel like I'm turning into one of those people who like has like memes on Facebook that are like music used to be, and then I have like Eminem lyrics, and on the other side it's like music now, and then it's just like there ain't no I in team, but you know there is a me. You know, that's like who I am right now because I'm looking at the lyrics. I'm just like
The Eminem rhyme scheme versus.
Excuse me, if you're not gonna talk during the microphone.
This is absolutely not the right one. Liz just looked up completely incorrect lyrics.
It's me, Taylor Swift. Where is it? I promise you'll never find another like me. He. Oh, Genius has annotations.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Why are there long annotations for this line that have nothing to do with this line? There's like a long annotation for I promise that you'll never find another like me, and it's just talking about how she likes Brendan Urie. And that's not a lyric note. Oh, she uses the metaphor of jumping.
She's so smart.
She used jumping as a metaphor for love on Jump Then Fall. On October's 2012's Red, Taylor regretted following love too quickly and said this line that doesn't have the word jumping in it. That's not, jumping isn't a, like, it's not a, oh, there's a picture of the Dixie Chicks in the background of the video. Cool. Sick. Like, I don't want to be one of those fucking people, but like, read a book. You know, like a book.
Taylor Swift, our advice to you, watch a movie.
How can this exist in the same world as like anything else happening right now? You know? How can this exist in the same world as like SZA, you know? People are doing really weird, cool shit with pop music, and pop music is getting better all the time, and she's just fucking like...
And she's one of the most famous people in pop music. This has 141 million views.
How can this exist when like Billie Eilish is also popular, you know?
Okay.
People are just like, this is my
But the same people like this as like Billie Eilish.
Are they okay? They're like, this is for when I feel
like
goth, and this is for when I feel
like my like middle-aged woman boss from my last job loved Billie Eilish, and I would bet money she also loves this. Because she's just like, it sounds like music.
Listen to this fucking genius annotation. Following the release of the track, Taylor retweeted an image of herself wearing a Garland Elementary School Spelling Bee champion t-shirt, although she confirmed she bought it from Urban Outfitters. Although both Taylor and Brendan recognized the inclusion of me and awesome later in the song. This annotation literally means Taylor Swift confirmed she was not actually a spelling bee champion, but still knows that the word awesome has M and E in it.
Dude, she's so smart.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Is everyone just like, hi? You know?
Well, also, there's a bunch of like long emotional comments about how good it is. I love how I can always watch a live performance by Taylor Swift and never feel disappointed. This is one of my favorite performances by her thus far. Say what you want about her, but she is hands down one of the best female singers today. This performance was flawless, colorful, energetic, and it blew my mind when Brendan came out from nowhere with that umbrella. I honestly can't get enough of this song, and we just covered Me on My channel. Hope you will watch it.
Hell yeah.
We have to watch it.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
YouTube user Tenorbuds, this is for you.
This is a genius annotation about how musicians count to the number displayed at the top of the time signature, which is why they say strike the band 1, 2, 3. Strike the band up 1, 2, 3. That's what that line means. That's why they count 1, 2, 3, so that they can be on time.
Okay.
And we are on.
Oh, I like this. This is better.
This is not better, yeah.
Full screen it.
This is mixed better than the Billboard Music Awards video.
This rules.
They also just look happy in a like real way.
Yeah, like that is like something that like
I'm gonna toss him a like.
that's like a video that like would make you feel happy if it went viral because it doesn't have like millions of dollars in budget behind it, you know?
People
Like-
shouldn't be allowed to spend money on music videos unless it's gonna be good.
Yeah, they should make that a law.
We personally get to approve every concept for a music video. Taylor Swift, you don't get to make any more.
It's just like, it's comical how bad the song is and how high production the video is.
Yeah.
It like makes it like so surreal because it's like, if this was at least like lyrically interesting, but it's just a fucking Wiggles song. It's the Wiggles.
Let's watch this video from People TV about if she copied Beyonce or not.
Taylor Swift and Brendan Urie went all out performing at the Billboard Music Awards, starting off the show with their new hit single, Me, which has been everyone's head.
Is it a hit?
Swifties
It's
were
not in my
thrilled with the
head.
video's show, which featured choreographed dancers in pastel, lots of sparkle, and a marvelous entrance by the Panic at the Disco singer descending from the ceiling with his umbrella in hand, which they quickly had something to say. The Beehive came out on Twitter in full force, comparing Swift's pink drumline to Beyonce's famed Coachella performance featured in her new Netflix concert film, Homecoming. So in that documentary, which came out in April, Beyonce takes the stage with marching bands and pays tribute to historically Black colleges and universities, an educational and cultural experience on womanhood, bodies, performance, long before the newly curated hashtag Mayochella began trending on Twitter, clearly a play on the previously coined Beachella. And the Beehive came quickly for Taylor, one fan saying, "This is why Beyonce dropped her self-titled album on Taylor Swift's birthday. We ain't forget." That reference going all the way back to 2013. This fan immediately making a meme here. The Beyonce I want versus the Beyonce my mom says, clearly taking a stand. And we all saw when she did. Her sharing a T-Swift performance from 2008 where Taylor is dressed like a band leader. Okay, some proof there. Yeah. This Swiftie Izzy is feeling a bit conflicted. What do you do when you're here clearly feeling bait at all?
I don't think.
Okay, so just some perspective, something good. So it's the 20th song in the country right now. The 11th song, Old Town Road.
That should be the number one song.
What is the number one song?
Sucker by the Jonas Brothers.
That's fair. A comeback from Kings, as they say. Ariana Grande. Wow, but Post Malone is doing pretty well. I'm like conflicted just because like in my mind I'm like, I don't think like she very easily could have done it on purpose and is doing it on purpose, or she just was like, or like subconsciously was like, the band thing is cool, because I don't think she understood why Beyonce did that.
No, she doesn't know what a HBCU is.
Yeah. So
Taylor Swift has never met a Black person, I'd say.
There was one in the video, actually.
You think she talked to them?
No.
You think she had a conversation? You think she knows that person's name?
No.
She's met, who's she met? She's met Kanye.
Yeah,
Kanye's the only Black person she's talked
that was
to.
her only interaction. That's why she feels so weird. She's like,
and that's why she's a white supremacist.
She's like, I'll never get over that.
She probably won't. She's like, I was threatened.
It's in that video, too, the fucking snake turning into a butterfly. Like, get another fucking spiel. Like, get mad about literally anything else. She's never been mad about... That's what it is, that she's never been mad about anything else.
But
she's
she's never had a problem in her life.
She's from Pennsylvania. Do you know that? She's from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Wasn't she like a country person?
Yeah, but she's from fucking Pennsylvania. She's not
Luther?
from the South. She was really wealthy and lived in like Allentown, Pennsylvania. And she like got discovered.
Reading, Pennsylvania, actually.
Oh, wow.
She was named after James Taylor.
It's like how my friend Marley's named after Bob Marley, but they spelled it differently, so like no one will ever know. It's like, okay. It's just Wow. Reading, Pennsylvania. I've seen their baseball team. I bet she is too. Oh, Taylor. Just like what makes pop cool is that you can change your appearance and your perspective and what you're doing so often and still make stuff that like can be played in like a setting where people are having fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that should be the point, is that it can be complex and difficult lyrically and thematically, but it's still supposed to just have a beat and be like danceable and shit. And like to be able to like reinvent yourself a million different times. She has literally never fucking like cut her hair. Well, she's cut her hair, but she like won't fuck, like she's never done anything risky in her whole fucking life.
But she, in her brain, thinks that she's taking risks by being like, I wear pants. I'm a feminist and I have worn a pair of pants in my life.
What if she's like a time traveler? What if she's like a suffragette? That's why she was so mad about Kanye, because she was like, why is that allowed? You know? That's a new theory. Taylor Swift is from the 1910s and just got fast forwarded. That's why she loves red lipstick. Do they wear red lipstick in the 1910s? You know? No?
It
Okay.
would have been pretty inappropriate until probably like the 30s, and it wouldn't have been mainstream until like 40s, 50s.
Maybe that's why she's like, I can do
So
this.
that's why she thinks she's edgy, is because she's wearing lipstick that in the 1910s would have connotated prostitute.
Yeah. She's like, I'm fucking sick. Look at me and all my tiny friends.
Tiny girls only, that's feminism.
I also feel like the one thing that I'm glad she does a little less now is the queer baiting stuff, you know?
Right.
I think she did a little bit of that. Ariana Grande has taken up that torch.
That's true. I forgot, because that's like some dykes like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And it's because, does she want us to think she's gay? What has she done that's gay?
She hangs out with Cara Delevingne.
Delevingne?
Fuck. I'll never remember it. I'm like highly invested in her relationships, but I'll never remember how to say her name. Bill Clinton says best people person since Bill Clinton. That's
Swift considers Michelle Obama to be a role model. Thank God. Swift insists that I don't live by all these rigid, weird rules that make me feel all fenced in. I just like the way that I feel like, and it makes me feel very free. She refuses to take part in overly sexualized photo shoots because she was born in 1905. And also just because she doesn't want to. That's fine.
She was born in 1905.
She was born in 1899.
That's from the Wikipedia entry for her political image.
Her public image.
Her public image. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Her public image. That's the level of controversy that she's at. She's like her fucking like level of like controversial opinions is like an America's Next Top Model contestant from like 2008 who doesn't want to do the naked photo shoot.
The music video, we're on her politics section of Wikipedia page because I searched gay and it was the first thing that came up. The music video for Swift's anti-bullying song Mean deals in part with homophobia in high schools. The video was nominated for an MTV VMA Social Activism Award.
Our gallery is disgusting.
The peanut gallery.
When was Taylor Swift ever homophobe in high school?
No, she was never, I don't think it was homophobia towards her. I think she hired people to act gay and then get beat up in her music
She was
video.
like,
That's so sick.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale? Fuck you, Jack.
The New York Times, she believes she is a part of, quote, a new wave of young and mostly straight women who are providing the soundtrack for a generation of gay fans coming to terms with their identity in a time of turbulent and confusing cultural messages. I'm offended by that.
I appreciate it, personally.
What the fuck?
And that's the only thing, literally the only thing on her Wikipedia page about that has the word gay in it. I'm gonna search lesbian. Nothing.
What?
Dyke.
Who does she? Search Dyke on Wikipedia. Who does she? Who are the other straight musicians that she meets? Who does she?
That was
think?
the New York Times. Do we want to look at the citation for that and read the New York Times article?
I don't want to give them a click. That's just so weird. What year was that? 2012?
2010.
2010. Okay, that's a little better because I'm just like.
It's about, okay, apparently We Are Who We Are by Kesha is intended as a response to the recent rash of suicides by gay teens. Hello?
Wow. Hello, Kesha.
I'll take that from her.
I'll take that from Kesha.
Yeah.
Kesha has like a fucking, Kesha's like galaxy brain. Her brain's fucking huge. Like she does have a really high IQ, but I like to pretend that she's like fucking like like in Futurama. Have you ever watched Futurama? The like
I've seen,
brain
like-
society. That's what Kesha is. She's just a floating brain. She's so fucking
She's
smart.
a floating brain and she like trails glitter behind her. Kesha rules.
I want to like ask her about like metaphysics.
ASMR Kesha explains metaphysics.
I want to meet her so bad. I don't even like her music that much. I just want to like meet her and be like,
I like her
how big is
music.
your fucking brain?
I think Kesha's best music is her worst music, in that the music that is the most unpleasant to listen to is like when she was at her peak.
I used to know these freegans, like the people who like dumpster dive freegans, who had a. I hope they don't ever see this. Who I met one of them at Barnard Pre-College, and her best friend, who is also gay. They're both gay, but she was a girl, he was a boy, and they made YouTube videos where she dressed up as Kesha, and they just remade all the music videos, but like in like her house. It was so good. It was incredible. They did every single one. She had like every getup. They did like all the like frame. It was absolutely impeccable internet content.
YouTube is the only media that matters.
Literally.
Should we switch topics? I feel like we've exhausted Taylor Swift.
Yeah. We want to talk about something nice. Because we've done a lot of episodes about shit that we hate.
There's a lot of shit we hate.
And I, for the past couple weeks, have been just listening to Rico Nasty Anger Management and Danny Gonzalez bump this together exclusively, like constantly. So I thought it would be nice if we like talked about why the Danny Gonzalez album appeals to us as potentially his fan base. Oh shit, on May 1st he tweeted, "I think I messed up." I'm just gonna ignore that. What is going on? Okay, so what do you think of?
What do I think? Love Danny. He's a good boy, I'd say.
Yeah, I would describe
I want to
him as a
know.
boy,
I
good
want to
boy.
know if he's Christian. Really bad.
Oh, I like did a deep dive. I don't think he is,
Tight.
because he made this song about Halloween, and I don't think you can make songs about Halloween if you're an evangelical.
Some evangelicals celebrate Halloween. I don't think that's completely disqualifying. He might just be like an edgy evangelical.
I don't know.
The fact that he's married so young really.
You think? I'm tweeting him. Danny, I'm gonna message him. Say, Danny, are you a Christian? A podcast review of Bump This because we love it and we're wondering. Hope you're well. Liz and Indy. Okay, so we'll just leave that up. See if you I kind of don't think he's a Christian. I think he's just a weirdo. The amount of times I've Googled Danny Gonzalez, wife is off the charts.
Okay, so I think you might like Bump This. You might think it's funnier than I do.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's a call to action.
A call to what action?
Different things for each thing. I have been listening to it so much that I like. First of all, Bag Though is an incredible song. An incredible Jake Paul and likely Logan Paul diss. That like the whole album.
Should we go song by song?
Yeah, I think the life of the album is about masculinity in a very special way.
Yeah.
Please be kind. Invisible is just okay. Let's just play it. I have to open Spotify. This is going to be a lazy episode because we just recorded a different one that we prepared for better. Danny Gonzalez Bump This.
just feel invisible. Like nobody can see me. Say hello and I get no response. No one asks me how I'm feeling. Life's not fair, I blend into the crowd. I could try to scream but it don't matter how loud. No one cares, no matter what I do. You just look right through. Just cause I'm wearing all camo don't mean I'm not a human being.
I love it.
Can't tell if I just really blend in.
This is the one that I like don't have a theory about.
This one,
I'm sure I didn't.
this one is great because there's nothing.
I also know
There's
something about it.
nothing going on except I'm wearing camo and nobody sees me.
Yeah, it's a very simple concept, and he's in a bush. I'm in a bush.
It's a simple concept, well executed.
This was the one that we thought maybe he was Christian, is because this song is about how you shouldn't do drugs. Which is also hard for me because a dream of mine is to give him weed. To have weed on me and to give it to Danny Gonzalez. Or Andrew Gooden together. But I like Danny better. Do you like Danny better than Drew?
I don't know. I think I used to, and I think I might be leaning Drew now. No, I think I like Danny better. Because sometimes Drew says stuff and I just turn the video off.
Yeah, no, same. I think, yeah.
I'll usually, even if I'm like, I'll like watch a Danny video all the way through.
What videos are you in about? Let's look at his channel. I really like, I feel like Danny says more things that make me feel happy. I don't know. I think he's a like, I would describe him as a sweetie. You know, like he's a sweetie.
Yeah. I just like, the thing that Danny and Andrew have been doing lately is like movie reviews, and I just don't give a shit about those.
Oh no, those are boring. But, well, they're okay. I liked this one. I liked the B movie knockoff. I like when Danny dances. I think it's very funny. Drew doesn't dance.
If Drew made music, I would like him better, I'd say.
I think he just can't.
Oh, I fully believe he like plays guitar. He like played guitar in one video to like prove that he could make music.
Honestly, Danny Gonzalez versus Taylor Swift. We have to put these two things together because I'm realizing that this is he produced every song. Taylor Swift put so much money into a stupid fucking music video with terrible lyrics. Danny Gonzalez made an incredibly like deeply like the thing with Danny's comedy music is that it's like he has the concept and he like it's almost absurdist.
Cause he takes a concept and like really sees it through. Is the thing that makes it funny. Is he'll take a concept that's objectively just like kind of silly. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna murder Santa Claus. Like in the movie The Santa Claus. And he's like, how much is there to say about this? And how many jokes can I make about it? And, like, if there's enough, then he'll make a song about it. So I think how his brain works. And I think that's sick. Like, I think that he just wants to, like, riff on, like, a topic.
On silly topics.
Yeah.
But
he just loves to be silly. He loves to laugh.
To be silly. And in being silly, he accidentally makes points that I enjoy. Like, this one, like, Bad Boy is all about, like, I don't know. You know? Like, it sounds fucking, like, this is a media studies podcast. So please, like, get ready for us to say shit that sounds fucking stupid. But this is about like, masculinity and, like, manhood and shit. And, like,
it absolutely is. A lot of the stuff he's been doing recently has been about, like, the, like, content for men on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, he did, hello.
The light just died, but it's okay.
He did Bad Boys on TikTok, and he did insane motivational memes for guys. So, like, and he did Billionaire's Son Trying to Be Relatable. So, like, he does stuff that's about, like, this is the way that the internet talks about, like, what a cool dude is. And he's like, that's fucking stupid, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just want to be nice to my wife. And I'm like, true.
Me too. Which is also why I like the tea. Just because it's just a sweet song.
It's romantic.
Why do girls like them bad? I don't know, but it's true. Take it from
He also
the
looks
bad,
so
take it,
funny
nothing
in
to do with the
this.
bad. They following me home after school and starting fights over me. I don't know what
He lives
to
in
do,
Illinois,
'cause I'm
right?
mad.
This is just Illinois. This
Yeah.
is somewhere in Illinois.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
the
yeah.
law, I'm just here to get some
Fan theory that Danny Gonzalez moved to Illinois to vote for Bernie Sanders in Illinois.
boy. Looking rough, acting tough up in this class, boy. I'm so bad my mommy taking away bad toys. Why's my mommy always on my case like, yeah? Wish my mommy get out of my face like, yeah.
I love it. It's so funny. It's like...
Don't she know this bad boy like the taste like, yeah. I'll use karate if you're acting rude. I'll kick your butt if I don't like your tone. Fuck the dentist, he's a scary dude. Tried to skateboard and broke all my bones. I'm a bad boy. Bitch, I always been.
But it's like different than the like Tiny Meat Gang jokes, which are just like Tiny Meat Gang is about one specific dude, you know, that we all know.
Well, Tiny Meat Gang also, I think that they know that they're like too adjacent to that dude that they're making fun of, so they like play him.
Mhm.
And like Danny Gonzalez's shtick is that he like looks like a sweet young man and is one.
Is that he's a sweet young man, and he's like,
And so he couldn't do like clout because it is so clear that he A, doesn't really have any, and B, doesn't really want any. Like Cody Co wants internet clout.
yeah, and Danny Gonzalez is like, I'm gonna move to Illinois.
Cody Co wants to live in LA and bleach his hair and have
So
people
bad.
think he fucks.
And be on TV, and he does fuck. I think Cody
His
Co
beautiful
fucks.
girlfriend, Kelsey Kreppel, who we love.
Pegs him. When she's stressed. Or when she's not stressed. We don't know.
She's had a hard day as an elementary school teacher. She comes home and gets the strap.
Gets the strap. You know those memes that are like I just know
I
her
know her
strap.
strap is fake.
That's Cody Co when he met Kelsey Kreppel. He was like, I just know her strap is
Can
fake.
the thumbnail image for this podcast be an image of Taylor Swift and it's I know her strap is small?
Can we have Taylor Swift and Kelsey Kreppel and it says strap small big? Would that read? Do you think that would read?
We can make options.
Okay. Yeah, so I really like this one. I know we're not going out of order, but so like
Okay.
in my worm-filled in my giant brain that is filled with just like holes like this big with
In my giant, massive Swiss cheese brain
I
that
like
mice live in,
that
mice-
smells horrible.
mice nest in the corners of my brain that are holes that have been created by smoking weed out of a homemade bong for my freshman year of college.
Yeah, so I like to sitting in my car with my giant gaping hole brain. I like to pretend that Danny Gonzalez is a leftist. So I have like a fan theory. That's what this up is actually about. Is I have a fan theory for like almost every song on this album because my favorite fucking song is Slime. In the whole world, Slime is a fucking banger, and it's about how fucking absurd it is that like the way that millennials get rich is doing stupid shit. Like our like new genre of becoming like rich people is doing stupid fucking shit online.
Well, it's insane that because it's like being rich isn't dignified anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So like the way the like aspirational thing is no longer like I'll be rich and I'll have dignity. It's like I'll get rid of all my dignity and I'll be able to like afford healthcare.
Yes, exactly. But the underlying message is like you should always question where people get their money. You should always be like, where did you get all your money? You know? And then they'll
Before
be like,
you fuck.
yeah, and then they'll be like, I make slime. But yeah. Slime. I am the slime king. Yeah, so fuck yeah. That in mind, I like approached this album with that in my brain. And I feel like Train makes me think of, first of all, the Green New Deal.
He's pro public transit.
He's pro public transit. It's like he's like, stop spending money on cars. And then he's in a submarine, and it blows up, and that's also multiple songs on this album. He just either dies at the end, or
Because that's what should happen to rich people.
Let's go. I done made so much money, don't know how to spend it. I'm the real deal, everybody else pretending. Yeah, I see how all these other rappers flexing. I just don't find it very interesting. I got every car a man could want. Yeah, 12-car garage, I don't mean to front. Yeah.
Okay, he's talking about being rich and he's like, it's boring.
yeah, being rich is boring. Why would
And
you
then
want
he
to be
dies
rich?
at the end.
Why would you want to be rich? You could just live with your beautiful wife in a home in Illinois.
You could just be YouTube middle class.
The YouTube proletariat.
No, okay, this is insane. So I'm writing a paper on YouTube right now and found out that, like, in, like, academic discourse about YouTube, there is an idea of the YouTube middle class. And, like, that there's, like, the YouTube 1%, who's, like, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, like, even, like, Taylor Swift, I guess, technically. Taylor Swift is a YouTuber. And then there's, like, and then there's, like, people who are, like, not professionally making YouTube videos, and that's, like, a separate thing. But then there's, like, people who are professionally making YouTube videos, and that's, like, most YouTubers, but who have, whatever, like, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, so they have enough to, like, barely make a living. Or enough that YouTube is, like, their second job, and it's, like, a job, but they're also, like, a barista. But they're, like, famous, they're, like, recognizable, but they're also, like, they're the YouTube middle class.
Is Danny the YouTube middle class?
I don't know. How many subscribers does he have?
2.4 million.
Yeah, so I'd say he'd be probably, like, above that. But isn't part of the reason he left LA because he couldn't afford it?
I don't know. I never asked.
But, like, there's this really, there are these articles. Do you remember when all those articles came out about, like, YouTuber burnout?
Oh, yeah.
And,
The
like,
grind.
a big part of that was, like, the financial stress of being a YouTuber because the income is, like, inconsistent. And, like, depends on, like, all these factors that are kind of arbitrary, including, like, algorithmic changes and, like, the whims of your fans. So there is this element of, like, precarity to, like, being a YouTuber.
I've been thinking about something similar to that a lot recently as far as, like, people who build followings and then people on the internet start to do, like, deep dives into their past and then suddenly they lose their following. Kind of like a social repose thing where, like, at one point he was able to afford a large number of things.
Yeah.
And, like, he would have probably been YouTube middle class. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
YouTube
suddenly.
middle class, YouTube upper class. If you can afford a house off YouTube, you're not YouTube middle class.
Oh, you know who I've been watching a lot of, this is not Danny Gonzalez relevant, but I've been watching a lot of, like, multi-level marketing and pyramid scheme videos, and there's, like, a lot of people who only have, like 50,000 subscribers, but, like, have these videos about multi-level marketing that, like, do pretty well, and then, like, the rest of their channel is just, like, vlogging, and so that's a good example of that, like, when you find your thing that, like, people will watch, but you don't really have a sustained audience in this.
Yeah, exactly. Because sustaining an audience at the level of, like, Jenna Marbles is, like, an insane, like, that's a 1 in a million chance that you're going to be able to sustain an audience. So people are caught between, like, if I do the same thing that has gotten me the sustained audience, like, I can sustain it, but then people will get bored and your audience will die. Or I can do new things and run the risk of, like, alienating my audience and lose my audience completely. And also, if you fuck up, you'll lose your audience. Like, there is this reality of, like, YouTube as, like, a professionalized thing, that it's an insanely precarious job in a way that, like, few other things are.
Does Danny do stand-up? Because Curtis Connor does stand-up.
I don't think Curtis Connor's that funny.
You don't think Curtis Connor's that funny?
I, like, don't watch Curtis Connor at all.
I love him.
He doesn't do it for me.
Damn. Wow. I
think his fans are attracted to him, and that ruins him for me.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a fair.
He thinks he's hot shit, and that's disgusting.
Okay. I like him because he's Canadian, and because he's, like, very lefty. So I, like, every time he and Danny Gonzalez interact on Twitter, I'm like, Danny.
He does seem more lefty. I think he just seems like a DIY boy.
Oh, he's absolutely a DIY.
So I
boy.
like can't watch him because I'm like, I see you in real life and I don't like you.
I think I like see his tattoos. It's the same way that I am with like Pete Davidson, where I like see his tattoos and I'm like, oh, like we're each other. I'm just I look like that.
You do look exactly like Pete Davidson. That's what I thought when I met you.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I had like a fucking. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, can you turn the video off? I had like a fucking like thing over the summer when he was dating Ariana Grande where every single like there was like a week where all I talked about was how I wanted to look like Pete Davidson. I was like, I just want to be Pete Davidson hot. That's the kind of dyke I want to be. That's what I want to do. I need to get some shittier tattoos, like in weird places.
He has
I need to like
huge Harry Potter tattoo right
oh,
here.
I fucking know. I have no idea what I'm gonna put here. I kind of want to put just.
What would be the dyke equivalent of like a huge Harry Potter tattoo, like right here?
Oh God.
What would be equally as embarrassing but more dykey?
Like a Madame Bovary quote.
Pride and Prejudice quote.
Anyway, I already have one. How many YouTube tattoos do I have? Just one, right?
Just one.
I only have one YouTube
This
tattoo.
is shocking.
I should get another YouTube tattoo. I've been thinking about it.
I think I had a dream where we got matching tattoos.
Should I get slime?
Slime.
I'm not fucking kidding.
Slime queen.
But even if like he like fades into like
Slime queen, but it's on your fingertips.
Oh my God.
You know what I think about sometimes? JoJo Siwa.
That's a tattoo that like if they like announced on the news tomorrow, like we have exactly 10 years. Immediately get that.
So would you leave me if I got JoJo Siwa knuckle tattoos?
No, that would be amazing. That would
That's
actually be
so
hot. You should 100% do it.
I agree.
I think if they gave us like a hard apocalyptic deadline, I just would cease to have like meaningful, like I would get like the YouTube logo like
Oh my
over
God.
my nose, like
I would absolutely get slime in the slime lettering. I would get I don't even know. I have to really think about it. Oh, I would get fucking I really want, this is so stupid. You know Annie Sprinkle? I really want there's just like she made like a porn and I really like the cover of it and I want that like here. But I know I would get like immediately disowned because I would post about it on the internet, of course. But yeah, so slime, Annie, Jenna Marbles, a portrait of her and and Marbles, Mr. Marbles, and it says like 10 years strong.
Boston strong.
Boston's. Okay. Anyway, back to Danny. So we were worried that he was an evangelical because of the song Rollin'. At the end, he says, "Don't do drugs." But honestly, that's a very fair. I just can't stop thinking about the Jenna Marbles tattoo. That's the thing. Like, people shouldn't do Molly because it makes you depressed and it's mostly laced with fent. Okay. So then Train is about the Green New Deal and about how we should all stop driving cars and return to, it's about anarcho-primitivism. He's an anarcho-primitivist. And then Bad Boy.
He's an anarcho-primitivist, but like not that far back. He like wants us to go back to like Taylor Swift's time.
He's an anarcho-industrialist.
He wants us to go back to the Industrial Revolution and then just stay there.
Yeah, he wants us to be in like cramped factories where we're like.
He's really into steampunk.
I am truly Greg.
And then we talked about Bad Boy.
Bad Boy, fuck it. Like, I just want to watch the part where he dances, and I like when he says, "I am good at watching Paw Patrol." That's a funny.
Good at watching Paw Patrol.
Because it's about how it's like men who mistreat women are actually fucking babies. That's what this song is about.
I'm
Men who
bad at getting mad. Don't even know how that's possible. I know that.
Where is the dance? Danny, just dance. There it is. Okay. I think he has like very well That's the dance where he goes like this, which is a Cody Co dance, but he does it better. I think he's transitioned to YouTube better than Vine, because I think his Vines were all about how he was like,
he just loved like video editing.
yeah, he was just like a really talented special effects guy, and that's kind of hard to do in a couple seconds. And some of them, like I think most of them are really sick, and they're also the ones you can show your parents. You know, like
That's
all the
true.
like,
If I was trying to explain to my parents what Vine was in like a smart way,
yeah, because they're all
what
like
I would go with.
clean, and like the joke is mostly that like there's two of him, which is endearing.
I used to think that he was, you know, the Vine where someone like blows vape onto like a surface and then the other person,
Adam,
Adam. I used to think that was him. It was just two of him.
Those are twins.
I know.
I wonder where they're fucking DIY musicians now, I bet.
They are. They literally are. They have a band.
Danny Gonzalez doesn't need a band.
He's a bad boy. He does it all on his own. Anyway, the tea.
The tea, which is
A sweet
beautiful.
love song.
the song just reminds me of Megan's joke that Joanna Newsom plays Andy Samberg Dick in a Box on the harp for his birthday.
You caught my eye by the way you dab, to be honest. Oh, you're really slayed and you're really snapped. Not trying to be extra. Yeet. But girl, I'm so obsessed
This
with
is a
the way
song
you
making
look,
fun
and I
of
think you're
how white
special.
people sound when they use
You
black
got
light.
me dead and you
Yeah.
got me sure. I wrote this
Who's
song
Ally
so
Fitz?
you would know that I stand.
Ally Fitz, who is
Trying to
featured on
turn
this
you
song,
from my
is a real
beta,
musician.
my fam.
For some reason I was like,
I feel like she's a
Never
YouTuber.
really had a thing for
Look
locals.
her up.
okay,
But low-key, I
she has other
think
songs
that
on
we're
there.
high-key
Key goals, low key.
I really ship this, yeah. This is really it, sis. Ask the chief. You snatched my wig, sis. Bye.
What a nice
That's
thing to
why
do to have a
this
smaller
family, my
YouTuber on your
day's
song.
clean. My wig's been
I think he's
shipped,
also on
sis.
Vine.
It's on its way to the Philippines.
I don't even know this
Some here
person. I
now
want to
sip
know this person.
This is really lit, sis. That's the tea.
Good song for like a wedding, you know, for your gay wedding.
I was playing Fortnite. Oh, you distracted me and I almost lost. Now I'm like, oops, I deadass think you're a lit ass dude.
You know what I like about this is that every time someone, not to like cause a beef, but every time someone asks certain white boy Vine adjacent YouTubers if they know any women who were other funny YouTubers, they only say Michaela Long because they literally don't know anyone else. I'm not going to drop names, but like if you've ever seen a Twitter thread where someone is like, "Hey Eddie, what women do you watch?" and he's like,
doesn't.
he doesn't watch women. No, that's okay. We're not all perfect.
No, Eddie's like a if he's a leftist, which
I don't think he's a leftist.
I'm confirmed. He would be like a Chapo leftist in that he like still hates women.
Yeah. Sad. Although, I don't think Matt Christman hates women, but that's also because he responded to my DM, and that's the only thing I'm basing it on. If you respond to my DMs, you don't hate women.
Eddie Burback, if you want to prove to us that
He
you're
went
not
private.
a misogynist, then DM us.
He went private. I saw it on Reddit because someone asked him if he liked Weezer, and then he immediately went private. Which is fucking hilarious.
Okay, and finally,
Bag Though, which is,
I want a music video.
yeah, I want a music video. It's also like, it's so, it's like he really, it's not like a stupid diss track. It's like very, not emotional. I don't know, it's sincere. Like he really does think that it's like fucked up the way that like people create clout by being shitty and like getting called out so many times that it just like blasts their content. Like, I think he truly believes it. Which makes me happy. Alright?
At least I got the bag though. Yeah, I got a lot of haters, but they don't know that you're supposed to hate the game, not the player.
That's an anti-capitalist line anyway.
Know that I have layers. They say my content is bland, but they just don't understand what we have. You pay me so I can buy shit, and then you pay to watch me buy shit, and then buy my shit, and then I brag about my nice shit, and act like it makes me better to have Supreme on my sweater. And it does, or I really hope it does at least, cause I've been causing tons of beef and giving people tons of grief and doing bad shit just to get the bag like I'm a thief and brag about it constantly.
It's like not a comedy song, it's
just trying to get the bag.
Commentary.
Well, the other thing that he talks about is like, that I think is cool in the song is like, it's not just stupid like in a YouTube way, it's stupid in like people who get made fun of in YouTube videos have like real life repercussions about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're like, I don't know, like when big YouTubers fuck people over, like they get canceled or whatever. But it doesn't just mean something on YouTube, like it means something in that person's actual real life.
Yeah.
Like when YouTubers like film with like homeless people or like random people, like sometimes those people get harassed or like get doxxed or get death threats. And those are like real life things and not YouTube things.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Rice Gum making fun of little kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like, that's like a little fucking kid. You know?
I hate Rice Gum so much.
I think he'll disappear, honestly. Because he doesn't even have like a good, I don't know.
How much longer, but does he still get like views? Do people still watch him?
That whole thing happened with the gambling thing.
Yeah, I kind of never followed up after that.
He still has 10 million subscribers. Shut up. Oh, reacting to Belle Delphine with my girlfriend. Now he has a girlfriend, which is great.
Okay, so he's consistently getting 2 to 3 million views.
And making fun of H3H3.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know why Rice Gum needs to make fun of Jacob Sartorius. Like, I don't know why any of us need to, like, make fun of Jacob Sartorius on a very public way, because he's just a fucking little kid, you know? Or, like, the Lil Tay stuff was funny, but it doesn't need to be funny for, like, millions of people, you know?
Yeah.
Rice Gum has a daughter? Rice Gum has a daughter? Rice Gum has a daughter? Does Rice Gum have a daughter? Yeah, Rice Gum has a daughter. I didn't know that. Alright, cool. Well,
I hope she's okay.
yeah, we love to see it.
No shame, rap game, Mr. Krabs, yeah. Sell my motherfucking soul for an ad, yeah. Is selling gambling to kids really that bad, yeah? Not for me, cause at least I got the bag, though. I don't give a shit about if you think I'm nice, I just care about the cloud. And the bag, though. I ain't got a conscience, kicked him out, then spent $40,000 on a couch. They got that fucking bag, though. They say
I love this boy.
But all my
What a
friends
nice
turn around
boy.
and stab me in the
It's
back.
making me mad because it's like this paper that I'm writing.
Maybe emotional.
It's like this paper that I'm writing, but he's put it so much more like succinctly and interestingly than I could, and I'm like, fuck you, Danny.
Just turn it in. You should at the beginning of your paper have like a little quote from this song. Because it's very succinct and it's from the heart. He just wants there to be good content. He loves other people's content. He supports other creators. I don't know, he's funny. He's sweet. He made the best song, the song of the summer, instead of Taylor Swift Me. This is like Taylor
You
Swift.
can't spell slime without me, dude.
Taylor Swift has the fuck. Taylor Swift is the music of the bourgeoisie for the summer. Danny Gonzalez is the music of the proletariat for the summer. And then we're all gonna come together, and when we find out the date that the world is ending, we're all gonna go to Jake Paul's house and just smash shit.
Just kill him.
Just kill him. And take his dog.
His dog died.
No, Logan Paul's dog died. Jake Paul's dog is alive.
Okay, I can't.
Professionally act. I got the bag. Controversy is my shit. Most people don't like it, but my scandals have been lit. I add fuel to the fire, raking 50 million hits. And most those are from people who just want to see me quit. That don't bother me one bit. Spent 40K on my watch, 100 grand on the car, 8 milli on the house, 0 minutes on myself. As little time as possible to earn that plaque up on my
so
shelf.
nice.
Even
Well, I
less
love that you're
apologizing
pointing
for
at
the
viewers
pain
being
that I have dealt.
Like the idea that like, we talk a lot. This was the thing. Do you remember when YouTubers were making all those videos being like, YouTube drama is a huge problem, guys, and we all need to stop? Like, that only exists because people want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, myself included.
Yeah.
Like, I am a person who watches Jake and Logan Paul.
Well, it should be... I don't know how you switch the algorithm to deal with that. I mean, I think you would just have to find a new system altogether.
Well, because the algorithm rewards...
Watch
like,
time.
Yeah, but also, like, intertextuality. It rewards, like, videos that reference other videos. Because then it's the idea of, like, creating a viewer who loves not just the person that they're watching, but YouTube as a whole.
Yeah.
So part of the reason that drama videos do so well is because they're referencing other YouTube videos, and that's going to up watch time because it's like a chain of videos, and it'll send you to other videos. People will respond to each other, and then you have not just one video that you want to watch on YouTube, but you want to watch
like
a whole canon.
Like a playlist.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
canon. Canon's a better word.
A canon of the Jake Paul rice gum beef or whatever. But then that's like 7 videos that you have to watch to fully get it and to feel like you fully get it.
Yeah.
Instead of just one video that is whatever, like one piece of content. It becomes like this whole like ecosystem of content. And so the algorithm rewards that because it makes YouTube more money is the reality. And they're not going to change that. And YouTubers aren't going to stop making drama because the algorithm rewards it. Like, it's just feeding off itself.
I read this book, this media studies book, that's name escapes me, that was all about how people think that media, like it was specifically about television, but it was like media, people think that media is dumb and like dumbs you down and like will consistently get stupider and stupider, but the fact is that the human brain wants to watch more complex and more complex narratives because like there is pleasure gained from doing the work. So that's why Lost was so popular, was because it was like an unprecedented amount of like information all at once that lasted like seasons and seasons, and it was like a lot of characters to remember, and it was a lot of dynamics to remember, and it was a lot of like details, and like there was so much lore, and like lore became a thing that like filled like I don't know, like reinvented itself, and like the modern consciousness is something that gives us pleasure to involve ourselves in. So it's interesting to think about how like the like work of needing to find the first video is like itself, you know, like a I don't like using the word pleasure because I hate Laura Mulvey, but like, you know, it's like an experience that like gives you some kind of satisfaction.
Well, there is something satisfying, especially if the first video has been deleting. Like, there's something about hunting down all of the context that's come from like disparate places, that's come not just from YouTube, but like there is no YouTube beef without Twitter beef and Snapchat and Instagram stories and whatever else. All of which disappear. So someone has to do that work of like archiving and like making new media out of that media. Like, it's all about the work that goes into it, not just of making it, but of connecting it for the people who are making it and also for the people who are watching it. And so that's why YouTube drama is so popular. Is because no one is making like narrative YouTube content with that same degree of like deep lore and like intertextual connections. It's the same reason why like Scum is popular.
It's kind of interesting because there was that whole sort of like cycle of the meme that if someone sent you a YouTube video like longer than 2 minutes, you wouldn't watch it. And now YouTube videos are all like fucking 30 minutes long and everyone watches the entire way because it's about shit that like, you know. Anyway, so that's bump this.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We love you.
We do. We love Danny Gonzalez and we hate Taylor Swift. That's what you should take away from this.
Bye.
Bye.
Bitch, I got some clout. Bitch, bitch, I got some clout.